Hello, everyone. Today we are starting live with Rubysoda. I'm just letting our special guest in today.
Hello.
Yes, hello. So lovely to see you.
Happy to see you too. And
How are
I'm very
you?
happy to meeting you. You look so beautiful.
Oh, you look gorgeous.
Thank you.
Um, yes, well, today we are here with Rubysoda TV, and I'm really excited to get into today's interview. So for those of you who would like a bit of an intro into who we are, I'm your host today. I'm Louise Child, and today we have our very special guest today to talk to us about sustainable retail, and that is Lucia here with us. Hi.
Thank you. Hi. My
Hey.
name is Lucia. Nice to meet you, all of you. I'm from Colombia, and yeah, I'm a fashion designer. And yeah, let's begin this. I'm so
Yes,
excited.
let's do it. Before we begin, I would first like to do an acknowledgement of country, if you guys would all like to join in. So today I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which all of us are on, that we join on today in this live. And I might pay my respects to the elders past, present and emerging. And I would also like to acknowledge those Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders who might be joining us on this live today. So,
Amazing.
Lucia, we'll get started with a nice and easy question. Would you like to tell us a little bit more about yourself? You said you're from Colombia. How have you been enjoying your time in Australia and what brought you here?
Okay. I arrived in Australia 2 years ago, and I arrived as a tourist. Then I fell in love with Australia, and I decided to stay. I literally arrived with one small bag full of
Uh,
summer clothes because I thought Australia was always hot.
yeah, oh no.
And then, yeah.
Yeah. Well, how can you not love Australia, right? I'm glad that you've enjoyed your time here so far.
Yeah.
And yeah, since being here, I suppose you've been getting up to a lot. Would you like to tell us about your brand and what it's called and a bit about what you do with it?
Yes. My brand name is La Petite Red. The name is from a nickname that I used to have when I had my red hair. And it is an upcycle brand. I had this idea for 10 years. It was actually my graduation project when I was
Oh,
studying fashion design. And it's something that I always wanted to do, but for some reason, I was always afraid to start. I didn't know how people would take the sustainable thing with fashion and the upcycle clothing. And I believe it's a lot of taboo about the thing of yeah, upcycling clothes. And 1 year ago, I started to create the things, and then it became to be bigger and bigger and bigger. And I started to make so many products and to create different clothes. And then I decided to start selling them, and that's how everything started. My brand has also jewelry, handmade jewelry, and that's something that I started to do when I was, I think, 8 years old.
yeah, wow.
I learned how to do that, and I was always selling jewelry in primary school to my teachers, classmates, and then high school. I did an economic class project with the jewelry, and then at uni, when I was studying design, I was also selling my jewelry.
That's
So that's
incredible.
something that I always, yeah, I always
Wow.
did.
Well, I've had a little look through your business Instagram page, and your designs look so beautiful. These jewelry pieces are absolutely stunning. And I'm so glad that you're sharing these ideas and designs with the world. And it's absolutely wonderful what you're doing to help make a difference in the environment. And yeah, are you actually wearing one of your pieces now? Or
Yes, so this
yes,
is a cycle
it's
top.
so
This is
beautiful.
from a pencil skirt.
Oh, amazing.
And yeah, so I cut it off and I made the top and the skirt now it's a short skirt. I'm not
That's
wearing the
amazing.
skirt, but it's just the top.
I love it. It looks amazing. It's
Yeah,
absolutely
thank
beautiful.
you.
I really commend you on what you're doing. It's absolutely incredible what you're doing. It's really helping to raise awareness about sustainability and yeah, and what like obviously fashion is, I think from one of your posts you mentioned that it's one of the second most I guess industries that create are like the least sustainable industry. So what sort of made you want to work in fashion design? Obviously, it's something that you've always wanted to work towards, but also how have you used that to become a micro-influencer and what sort of encouraged you to do that?
Yes. So, I have a big passion for fashion. Um, and when I started to work in fashion, I have worked with fast fashion brands. And when I started to find out all of this information and how bad is everything for the
Mm-hmm.
environment, the big productions, um, yeah, I started to think, how can I do that better? How can I make something nice without doing something bad with the environment? And that's the idea, and that's what I'm trying to do with the brand as well, to make clothes in different designs
Mm-hmm.
by clothes that already exist, because the clothes already are in the world. We don't need to produce more. We just have to work out with the ones that we already have. And yeah, you're right. Fashion is the second or third most polluting industry in the world. We produce so much CO2 with plastic, the
Mm-hmm.
polyester, and all of the clothes that we wear end up in the mountains, in the desert in Chile. And there are clothes that some of them has tags, people never wore them,
Mm-hmm.
so it's a big problem.
Geez, yeah, I can imagine. Especially in the world that we're in now with a lot of social media, there's that sort of pressure to always show that you're wearing something different. So it's a really hard cycle to break. And
Yeah,
like
exactly.
you
And
got,
the social media, yeah, that's what happened. You know, you always want to wear something different, make videos. So
yeah,
I try to make the same, but to wear the same clothes that I have, or even
yeah,
upcycle
exactly.
them. So I make the videos of the process, of how to upcycle like easy things, and how to wear all of the same clothes that you already have by creating different outfits. So everything is about more styling than buying more.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Mhm.
And I love that. Like it would have been such a hard change for you to make, especially a lot of people aren't quite willing to make that change to be more sustainable. And so from an influencer's world, it's a lot more, probably a lot more difficult to try and be an influencer in sustainable fashion, but yet here you are doing it, being like a role model to others, and that's absolutely amazing. But I'm sure there's been challenges with trying to balance the influencer world with being a sustainability advocate. Have you found that at all, or?
Yeah, totally. This sustainable living, like sustainable fashion has always been part of my life, but the sustainable living is something new for me. And of course, when you start working with brands, you have to be very careful and really find out and investigate those brands. How
Mm,
do they produce? How do they help environment? And then decide if it goes with your values and if you want to work with them. So I believe in the past as an influencer, yeah, in promoting products. Maybe I didn't do that the right way, but this is a completely new thing for me. 2 months ago, I decided to change completely the way I consume everything.
wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, I was listening to a podcast where they were talking about sustainability, and the
Mm,
person was saying how they didn't have beans because they don't waste anything, and everything they
yeah.
consume, they compost it. And that was crazy. I thought, how wonderful is this? And how is that possible? And I started to ask questions to myself, like how does this person wash her hair? And then I
Mm.
went to Google plastic-free shampoos, and I found so many things, and I was like, wow, why is that I didn't have this information? Yes, and
Yeah,
I started to do that with everything. Toilet paper, toothpaste, the sun cream, everything. And I always had the idea that by making small changes, like uh, like clothing, like buying secondhand and upcycling, I will make a difference, and that's
mm,
right. But as well, I believe you have to do big changes to definitely get to that. So 2 months ago, I said, okay, I'm going to start changing everything in my life, and I'm not going to buy more things that are bad for environment, and that's
yeah.
what is happening.
Well, that's very hard to do as well, because you have to
Yeah,
really get used to making those changes in your lifestyle. And with your own
totally.
sort of experiences and your own journey with becoming more sustainable, I'm wondering too if you have any advice to those who might be skeptical of change, because a lot of people might feel like the difference that they make as an individual isn't enough when really, like if you have heaps of different people, each individually doing their own part, then collectively it makes such a huge difference. But not everybody has that same sort of mindset, or they might feel a bit overwhelmed about where to start and things like that. And a big part of behavior change is whether or not there's people around you who have the same values or are acting upon being more sustainable. So to be able to make those changes, it helps to have people around them like that. But what sort of other advice do you think you could give out?
Yeah, my advice would be try different things.
Yeah.
Like I know we always consume the same things because are the things that our parents taught us to consume and the market and everything. And sometimes when you like a product, it's very difficult to change,
Mm.
but give it a try. I didn't know all of this existed, and I started to buy everything sustainable. And wow, I'm so impressed, mostly with the shampoo products. For example,
Oh, yeah, amazing.
my hair feels better, it's not dry anymore. And there are things that you don't know because all of the ingredients that they use are natural. And I didn't know that. I have always dyed my hair, I think since I was 16, 17 years old.
Yeah.
And I decided to go back to my natural hair like last week because it's one of the changes that I want to do. And just give it a try to everything. You will be surprised of all of the options that are outside. You just have to Google literally everything you can think about it, plastic free, I don't know, anything, toilet paper, and you will find so many sustainable options and work exactly the same as everything you
Mm.
already have, even better.
Yes, I
They're
was going to
even
say
better
sometimes
for
better.
health. Yeah. So
Yeah. Mm.
that's amazing. Just give it a try and think that we always think like we are individuals and we do whatever we want with our life. But we have to consider that when we do things that are not sustainable, we are making something bad for other people, that you don't live alone in this world. We have to share this world with more people. So
Mm.
you really have to think about that. And when someone cares about environment, it's no because they're doing it for themselves. It's doing it for all of the people in the
Yeah,
world. So
exactly.
it's
Yeah.
something beautiful. And yeah, just start doing the changes. I know
Mm.
it's very difficult to be 100% sustainable, but you can be sustainable in some parts of your life. If it's
Yeah,
not
exactly.
fashion,
Mm.
maybe lifestyle. Everything you buy for the kitchen or for yeah, for I don't know, the house or anything, that helps a lot. Or by being vegetarian, vegan. I know you can be
Mm.
everything at the same time, but you can start making a small changes and give it
Yeah,
a try.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've even heard of people having like once or twice a week having like a vegetarian night. So little changes like that, or just little changes over time, can really help you to make that lifestyle and to be more sustainable. And I think that's really important. And the more we share about it, the more awareness people raise about it, the more people will want to join in and be a part of it. And if they start thinking about future generations, like your grandchildren, not just ourselves, it's really important to start help encourage to make that change. So I absolutely
Yeah.
love what you're doing, and I
Thank
really
you.
commend you for all the work that you're doing. Um,
Thank you.
yeah, but yeah, obviously, like yeah, you said sustainability side, but as an influencer, you today we're here on Rubysoda TV. So Rubysoda is an influencing platform. What attracted you to join them?
Well, since I found about Rubysoda, I thought it was a beautiful idea and it was amazing because it just connects people, influencers with brands, and you create that community and you create a family where you support each other. Something that I love about Rubysoda is that all of the brands are from Australia. All of them have small productions. They have a sustainable way to do things. So, for example, I have worked with Lenny Ivers. That is a brand that has sustainable materials to make the bags,
Amazing.
and they make small productions and they sell everything. Also, the idea is not to waste products. Cute Bamban that has beautiful designs. I always wear the earrings. I took shower with them. I do everything with them, and they always look like new.
Wow.
We have this J Looks that is owned by a young woman, which is amazing to support young um, yeah, companies, the young people that are starting to create business. We have Cancina that has the mask, the plant-based mask that you can just dissolve with the water.
Mm.
So they think about everything in a sustainable way, in small productions, and it's just a family where you can support each other. You can meet beautiful people like you, for
Yeah,
example.
exactly. Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, I'm very happy of being part of Rubysoda for that reason because you get to know and to connect with beautiful people and beautiful brands from
Yeah,
Australia.
exactly. And having met and spoken to the CEO, Mark, you can really see how passionate he is about making a change and about being more environmental and things like that. And it's great that you've had that same sort of experience is trying to give by having this platform. And yeah, so
Yes, exactly.
mm, mm. And
Like the
have you found
values.
that they have helped you to become the type of influencer and change that you want to see in the world?
Mhm.
It's a big
Exactly.
sort of question, but
Um, um, yeah, what I do with and what I like about Rubisoda is that every brand has a sustainable way to do things, and they give you the possibility and the opportunity to choose the brands that goes with your values. So
mm,
you can always keep going what you're doing without affecting others, and you can yeah, like be loyal to yourself. And I believe by changing the way I consume some products, for the products that I found in Ruby Soda makes a big change.
mm,
So, for example, the cargo, instead of buying a soda that comes in plastic bottles, you just have one and you make your own healthy soda water. And yeah, it lasts for a long time instead of buying small plastic bottles every day.
yeah.
So
Mm.
there are small changes that helps you to have a better life. The same as the bags, everything they have. So that is amazing. They really think about the details, and and yeah, that is a way that I can contribute to be better and
Yeah.
keep going.
I absolutely love the motto of be the change you want to see, and I can completely see how you embody all of that. And like you were saying before, it can be difficult to find those brands that hold those same values, and it sounds like Rubysoda has a lot of different retailers that you can connect with that do share those same values as you. I think that's absolutely incredible. And I definitely encourage anybody watching the live today to go and have a look at your Instagram page, Lucia. It is absolutely incredible. The designs are so beautiful, and it's amazing to see the process of it. And
Thank
even I
you.
saw your recent reel showing on the Met Gala some of the runway looks there that were sustainable or upcycled and things like that. That's
Yes,
amazing. Yeah. And
thank you.
do you have any last words or like a last sort of like take home message you'd like to share with anyone?
Sorry, what is- could you repeat that, please?
Do you have any last anything else that you would like to say, or any last sort of messages that you would like people to really take on today in this live?
Um, no, I think what we just talk about, just to give it a try to new things, find the way you can make small changes. Like if you don't want to be vegetarian, you can buy sustainable clothing, or if you don't want to buy sustainable clothing, you can buy things for your house that are sustainable. Like you can find the way that goes with you and just put in a balance the things that you can change and the things that you're not ready to change now, because everything is a process. So of course it takes time to do a big change. I got crazy 2 months ago, and yeah, when you start doing it, you find out so many beautiful and different brands, and you just I start finding out more information about everything and things that you didn't know. So just start give a try to different things, and that's it. I
Yeah,
think
exactly.
that's the most important
Mm.
thing
Hopefully, we can
to
get more
practice.
people on board now to start trying to find ways that they can be more sustainable in their daily lives. And by doing so, it's going to reduce the demand for those products that have such a great impact, negative impact on the environment, because there's so many different processes before the product's even made, right through to you purchasing the item off the shelves. So it's really important to raise awareness about this issue. And I really do thank you for coming on and taking the time today to have a chat about sustainability and your sort of work with that in the fashion industry as an influencer.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. It was very nice to meeting you. I wanted to meet you I wanted to meet you for a long time. You're so beautiful. You're
Thank you.
stunning. Thank
And
you.
I'm in complete awe of you. I've got a double degree in environmental science, so I love any sort of sustainable initiatives, and I really
I
praise you for
love
that. So
that. I love
yeah,
that. My partner works with yeah, environment science as well. So that's
amazing. Yeah,
yeah, so that's somehow how did I started to find out some information, and
yeah,
mostly about the ocean and the marine life.
amazing. Yeah,
So I haven't eat seafood for 2 years, and that was my favorite thing before.
yeah,
But when I found out all of the industry and all of that information, I started to make change.
yeah.
So yeah, that's beautiful how you meet people like you, and you start to question, to ask questions to yourself and change
Yeah, exactly.
things.
Yeah.
So that's beautiful. Thank you for your time. Have
That's
a
all right.
beautiful
Thank you. It was
day.
lovely chatting to you, and I hope that you all have a beautiful day.
Thank you, you too.
That's
See
no problem.
ya.
Bye.